The following procedures have been developed to follow CDC recommendations. The obligation to attend Sunday Mass remains lifted until further notice. If you are considered at risk, please stay home and join us by live stream. Masses will be limited to 25% capacity. For Blessed Sacrament, that equates to 250 in our main sanctuary. Those who arrive for Mass may not be allowed to enter the church if the numbers become greater than social distancing would allow. Masks are strongly encouraged to be worn on campus and during Mass. We have implemented cleanliness and sanitization practices that includes cleaning pews between every Mass. The church will be opened for the celebration of daily Mass beginning on Monday, May 18th. All Masses for both the church and the mission will be celebrated at the main campus in Claremont. Until further notice, the weekend schedule is as follows. English Masses will be on Saturday at 4 p.m. and Sunday at 8, 10, and noon. Spanish Masses on Saturday at 6 p.m. and Sunday at 2 p.m. Before you arrive, we ask that you wash your hands. We ask that you bring your own hand sanitizer that can be used before receiving Holy Communion. Remember that the chapel and the nursery are closed. Do not bring items that contain bleach into the sanctuary, as this will damage the pews. Masks are strongly encouraged to be worn on campus and during Mass. And try to use the restroom before you leave. This will help reduce unnecessary foot traffic during Mass. The doors of the church will open 20 minutes before Mass begins. All entry will be through the main doors. Side entrances will remain locked from the outside. Staff will assist to seat your household. Every other pew will be closed. Once your family has been seated, please help us ensure social distancing for all the faithful by remaining seated. You may be sharing a pew with another household. Distance is required between households of at least 6 feet. The center sections will be seated first. Seating will not be available in the narthex, the chapel, or the choir area. The holy water fonts remain empty. The Blessed Sacrament Chapel, located towards the front of the church, will not be accessible at this time. There is to be no physical contact between households at the sign of peace or hand-holding during the Lord's Prayer. The use of personal hand sanitizer before communion is strongly encouraged. To avoid unnecessary contact in the pews, all in attendance for Mass will participate in the communion procession. Those who do not wish to receive should remain in the procession with arms crossed as they approach the Blessed Sacrament. Proper social distancing between households should be maintained throughout the entire communion procession. Bishop Noonan has directed that Holy Communion by the Sacred Host will only be distributed in the hand. If a medical need prevents you from receiving the Sacred Host, please ask to speak with the liturgy coordinator before Mass. Following Mass, you must remain in your pew, as pews will be dismissed in an orderly fashion using multiple exits. You'll have to exit your pew when prompted, as private prayer is not available after Sunday Masses, to allow the church to be reset for the next Mass. We ask that you do not congregate outside, but head directly to your vehicle to allow the next Mass to start on time. We thank you for your understanding and for your cooperation, and we ask you to afford us your patience and your prayers as we make every effort to allow as many as safely possible back to Mass.